Hey there everyone, and welcome to the week of the 27th. It's my mom's birthday today. Yes, so my mom had her birthday today, and I celebrated it by having lunch with her over at this place called Wildflower. It's a sandwich salad shop, but I'm not that one to typically go for those kinds of things, but it was her birthday, so she got to choose, unfortunately. But we still had fun. We talked a lot. Just about the goings-on of work and personal life and all that good stuff. But yeah, she had like a good time. She had a good birthday. So happy birthday again, Mom. I hope that I was able to bring some light into your day, even though you had to work. Other than that, though, it's pretty normal here at work. Getting all my training stuff ready for one of the managers, and I'm gonna send that off pretty soon here. I'm getting so close to being done, but as soon as I got that, I was dumped another project. This one isn't as bad, like it can be done pretty quickly here, but I just have to finish this one first since I'm so close to getting this one done. But personally, I'm working out again. I almost had another workout partner here, but there were just too many conflicts. Like, he works on the opposite schedule as me, and he ends work early and wants to go to the gym earlier. It was just getting too complicated, so I don't think it's gonna work out. And then get it work out. Funny. So unfortunately, that's it with that. And also, we're volunteering again this week. I'm not really sure what we're doing though. We will have to see. I have to start planning some stuff, because it feels like every time I go over and I don't have anything planned out, it's a bad day for everyone. So I'll have to think of something. Anything. I'll have to talk to Karen about that. Let me see, what else are we having today or this week? I talked to my manager today, just on my things, just our typical one-on-one stuff, kind of there. Another thing at work is we're doing our big, advanced profiles training for our tenured reps. So our tenured reps are going to get a refresher course hitting them. So that's all week this week, starting Wednesday. There are 6 training sessions in total. 3 of them I'm taking, and 3 of them my partner's taking. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, can't think of anything else here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you during the course of the week for segments and just regular vlog stuff. Catch you then. Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's Song of the Week here. Alright, well, let's, without any hesitation, go into and see what we have here. So I have my phone right next to me, and oh my goodness, I'm sure everyone likes this song. It's so popular. So I got I Write Sins, Not Tragedies, Panic at the Disco. Everybody likes Panic at the Disco. They make some really good songs, and I have a couple of them myself. So I just kind of like how, even though it is pop, it's not kind of like your traditional pop song. I think that's honestly all that I have. It's awesome to just kind of listen to, just kind of while I'm working on stuff with some of these pop songs. So that's why I put them on there. I'll go ahead and leave the music video in the description. Otherwise, I will see you guys for the rest of the week here. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's topic of the week. Today's topic is birthdays. I thought it was quite fitting that we did birthdays, since both my mom and dad had a birthday this month, basically the same time. And that's pretty much what I did this month. So I don't know, this is going to be kind of hopefully a conversation between us two here. But I just remember my birthdays being pretty great, honestly, with just lots of family and support. As a kid, though, you're in it for the cake and gifts. So even with that, like we went to we did a lot of things that kids different. I can't even talk today. Definitely did like we went to like amusement parks, arcades, and everything like that. All in all, even had like a good time with my friends doing it. I even remember like this one birthday, like I went to a place called Cracker Jacks. It's basically a big arcade area, but we when we went there, I think I was like 10 or something like that. Most of us were still pretty short and couldn't ride all the big rides, but me and like one other person were just tall enough to ride some of the like big rides, like the big go-kart rides. Like the other people had to settle for the mini kart series. So yeah, so I remember that being fun. I went with my dad on it, so I remember that being pretty fun here. But yeah, that's like the biggest like childhood birthday that I've had, just because of that, was being tall enough to ride some of the rides there. So for this one, just kind of put in your most favored like childhood birthday here in the comments, and I'll be sure to look at them. Nowadays though, I'm just fine with like cake and cards and maybe an occasional gift from my mom and dad. I really don't need anything. I just need quality time with like my friends, family, and everything. That's when you know that you're an adult, when you can enjoy your birthday without them. But yeah, while we're on the topic of birthdays too, one of my little brothers from Big Brothers and Big Sisters birthday, while not coming up, is vastly approaching. And since they're turning 10, it was decided that we will go to Disneyland. So that'll be really cool to do. Can't wait for that, and I'll be sure to get the time off from work to make sure I can attend that. So yeah, super excited. But can't really think of anything else here. This one's gonna be kind of a short topic of the week here. Yeah, I can't think of anything else here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys for the rest of the week. Hey there everyone, and welcome back to the vlog here. This time we're gonna do a movie special here. Last night I watched a movie called The Nutty Professor. It's a 1996 film, and honestly, like, it was alright. It was a cute movie for what it was. It was honestly like the most sci-fi thing I've like ever seen though. It's basically where this professor like gets made fun of for being so fat that he creates a formula for him to get skinny again. But in doing so, you like his like testosterone increases, and he gets way more cocky than and much more egotistical than it's even worth, and it just creates a whole mess of problems for like him, his love life, and his profession. So I mean, it was a great distraction there. There was definitely some things where you could tell it was from 1996, but I liked it for what it was. Like, it was pretty funny, and it was just kind of cool to see how the 1996 special animations were back then. And to top it all off, it was the main star on there is Eddie Murphy. So yep, the same one from Shrek who played Donkey. So so I just thought that was kind of funny there. And honestly, the only other comment that I have to say is that my favorite character was the main character's mom. because she's like that, like, I don't know, she was like that sassy black woman, and not like angry, but more like happy stereotype there. And I just thought it was hilarious, honestly. So that was basically what I wanted to say there. Another problem that I found with it is that I still didn't quite get, because part of the whole thing that got him in trouble was that he wouldn't tell like his love interest, like, about his formula. And like, I think they explained it, but I still failed to see why he couldn't have just told her. I don't know, it was kind of weird on that, and that's what got him into a whole mess of trouble. So yeah, I don't know, that was one thing that I couldn't figure out very well. But otherwise, it's there's comedy in there, there's love in there, and if you have an hour and a half just to kill, might want to try it out there. Alright, so that's the end of this segment here. I'm actually just about to go volunteer, so you're going to see me later on today with this, and probably a wrap up as well later on tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you for the rest of the day here. Hello everyone, and welcome to the video games segment of this vlog here. Today's video game we're going to be looking at is Sonic Unleashed here. So for that, we're going to be looking at the history of werewolves. This is kind of continuing our October Scary Fest of the month. So yeah, let's get right into it. Well, I found this short article from history.com, and just kind of some fun stuff here. I have no way of, like, when reading this, like, it seems like there's some stuff explaining it, and the other stuff is just kind of like, wow, that is kind of coincidental. So I don't really know, so we'll have to I'll be interested to see you guys' opinions on this. But yeah, let's kind of get started here, and then afterwards we'll talk about the actual video game itself. So let's just start with this. The werewolf is a mythological animal and the subject of many stories throughout the world, and more than a few nightmares. Werewolves are, according to some legends, people who morph into vicious, powerful wolves. Others are a mutant combination of human and wolf, but all are bloodthirsty beasts that cannot control their lust for killing people and animals. So yeah, we've all seen it. Whoever has seen the music video Thriller knows all about this. So but it's actually like kind of weird. There's not really a origination per se. Just some people think that it made its like debut in the epic of Gilgamesh. It's like a Western prose. When Gilgamesh jilted a potential lover because she had turned her previous mate into a wolf. Weird. I wonder if this was from guilt or for other reasons. So weird. But I kind of like this this explanation a little bit better here. Is that with Greek mythology, with the legend of Lycaon, apparently Lycaon angered the god Zeus, and he served him a meal from remains of a child. So as punishment, Zeus actually turned him and his sons into wolves. So it's kind of where I kind of think that that's kind of where the phrase like lycanthropy comes from. There was another one from Nordic folklore where a father and a son found wolf pelts that would turn them into wolves for 10 days, and they actually donned it and went on a killing rampage. And it only ended because the father actually attacked the son. The son did survive though, because a kind raven gave the father a leaf for healing powers. That one's kind of cool. It's actually kind of interesting how far deep this actually goes here. Infamous werewolves. So here's a few famous ones. Honestly, they're all done through the same way. Basically, they get ointment that allows them to have wolf morphing abilities, and they viciously attack people. And it was also believed that that the only way to kill a werewolf is to actually burn them at the stake. So this was around like the 1500s. So whether it's reading this like last paragraph here, whether Burgod, Verdun, or Garner, who were these people up here, were mentally ill, acted under the influence of a hallucinogenic substance, or were simply cold-blooded killers, is up for debate. But it likely did not matter to superstitious Europeans during the 16th century. To them, such heinous crimes can only be committed by a horrific beast such as a werewolf. I kind of have to lean towards being mentally ill and being under the influence, but I don't know. We'll have to keep going here. Alright, the Bedburg werewolf. We'll just read from here. Peter Stube, a wealthy 15th century farmer in Bedburg, Germany, may be the most notorious werewolf of them all. According to folklore, he turned into a wolf-like creature at night and devoured many citizens of Bedburg. Peter was eventually blamed for the gruesome killings after being cornered by hunters who claimed to saw him shapeshift from wolf to human form. He experienced a grisly execution after confessing under torture to savagely killing animals, men, women, children, and eating their remains. He also declared he owned an enchanted belt that gave him the power to transform into a wolf at will. Not surprisingly, the belt was never found. Peter's guilt is controversial, since some people believed he wasn't a killer but the victim of a political witch hunt or perhaps a werewolf hunt. Either way, the circumstances surrounding his life and death struck rampant fears at the time the werewolves were on the loose. Honestly, this honestly sounds like the Salem witch trials that we had in Salem, Massachusetts back when America was being built up, where they were just convincing women that they were witches so that they could receive power and strike fear into people. But who knows? I mean, especially this, like, not surprisingly, the bell was never found. Yeah, not convincing me. The shapeshifter as a werewolf. So a big part of werewolves is that it's due to a curse. I mean, it's kind of the same way in like the Unleashed, where it's quote-unquote like science curse, kind of. But some legends maintain werewolves shapeshifted at will due to a curse. Others state they were transformed with the help of an enchanted sash or cloak made of a wolf pelt. Still others claims people becoming wolves after being scratched or bit by a werewolf. Yeah, you've seen all those horror movies. But it's actually kind of weird, because this is where the full moon comes in. That recent studies in 2008 and 2009, like, there is a lot more violent behavior, like 23% more to be exact, during a full moon. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or not. I mean, people can get mentally ill really easily, and especially those kind of people, they believe like anything that they hear. So I'm still not convinced. Patients attack staff due to displaying wolf-like behavior such as biting, spitting, or scratching. Although many were under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time, it's unclear why they became so intensely violent when the moon was full. And then this last section just kind of goes over, like, are werewolves real? The werewolf phenomenon may have a medical explanation. Take Peter the Wild Boy, for instance. In 1725, he was found wandering naked on all fours through a German forest. Many thought he was a werewolf, or at least raised by wolves. Peter ate with his hands and couldn't speak. He was eventually adopted by the courts of King George I and II and lived out his days as their pet. Research has shown Peter likely had Pitt-Hopkins syndrome, a condition that was discovered in 1978 that causes lack of speech, seizures, distinct facial features, difficulty breathing, and intellectual challenges. Other medical conditions that may encourage werewolf mania throughout history are lycanthropy, food poisoning, hypertrichosis, a rare genetic disorder caused for excessive hair growth, rabies, and hallucination due to hallucinogenic herbs. Throughout the centuries, people have used werewolves and other mythic beasts to explain the unexplainable. In modern times, however, most believe werewolves are nothing but pop culture horror icons made famous to Hollywood's 1941 flick The Wolfman. Still, werewolves have a cult
following werewolf sightings are reported each year. Werewolf legends will continue to likely haunt the dreams of people throughout the world. And then here are the sources. Honestly, this sounds like just kind of a wild goose chase about werewolves. Like, yeah, I like imagining them and that they're and like watching them in movies, but I don't think there's anything like really here. I think people's minds are just playing tricks on them, or it's just people having like a mental illness. But it's still kind of cool to kind of look through this. So yeah, let me hear your stories and what you guys believe in here in terms of the actual game itself. Like, I think Sonic Unleashed was one of the, as many people would say, like the pivoting point in Sonic and during that time period. Like, I even like the wolf section, to be quite honest. I mean, true, I feel like their controls could have been way better, and it could have been cut down by like 5 or 6 minutes, but I honestly kind of liked it. The story was definitely different, and I think that it was a nice like change of pace. I also love the characters and their jokes. So yeah, if you haven't played it yet, go ahead and try it out for yourself. But otherwise, I will see you guys for the rest of the week. Have a good night, everybody.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome to the end of the week here. So yeah, not a whole lot happened here this week. Just did some more projects at work, including our new class, and I volunteered this weekend. Let's see. Actually, yesterday was actually kind of cool because me and Brad had a mini bros night. We kind of sat down for like 2 or 3 hours and we watched The Legend of Korra together. So we had fun doing that. Unfortunately, Brad had to work the next day and had to pick up his mom as well, so couldn't do all night, unfortunately. I also cleaned house and did my chores. I went on a big, massive errand run. And yeah, that was pretty much it here. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. I don't know why, but volunteering always makes me so tired, and I have no idea why. Probably because I have to drive an hour there and to drive another hour back, so that's probably a good reason why. The boys were pretty good here today. We had a couple mishaps, but we're okay now. They're about to go to California and have a good time, so I wish them safe travels over there and safe travels back. And we're probably going to do that again in February. And this time I will join them. And then once they come back, it'll be my turn to go out there again. And we are going to go to a pumpkin patch, because I know we did that last year and I even vlogged about it. So yeah, go ahead and check that out here. And speaking of vlogging, someone's approaching their 1 year. Yeah, I gotta think of something special to do for the 1 year. Maybe I could do like a compilations kind of thing, and that'll be like the vlog for that week. Well, that would be kind of hard, but we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got here for this week. Join me here for next week for some more content. Have a good night, everyone.